Take one. Action. Hey, and welcome back to Recreate's Creative Corner. It's good to have you back again. As you might notice, we have changed our studio space because of the extremely annoying flickering light that was in the last video. I hope you all managed to get through it though. Today we are going to be doing a short video about circles, I think, and I've collected some materials at the back here rather than having it in the toolbox so you can actually see them while I'm doing the talking bit. And actually it's amazing how when you start thinking about a shape or a theme or an event or something, that you start noticing things that are in the realm of that type of thing. So circles, as I said, is the kind of thing that I've been thinking of at the moment. You can see even from the lids, just pointing them out really quickly, the coffee cups, the conical shaped things there's two different types of circle on the top and bottom, even the way the paper's rolled, the coffee cup lids. So yeah, there's plenty of things that are already a circle, even on our logo and stuff with the buttons. So bearing that in mind, I thought it would be really nice to use circles as our starting point. Maybe potentially using the cards, which we have here, which once I started doing this and looking at it and thinking, what could this be? We thought it could be so many different things. So you could put it on your head and you could start to build a headdress or something onto this. You could turn it into a bracelet even, maybe making accessories to wear on your body, or maybe hanging. So you could hang this from the ceiling or something like that. So I've actually gone ahead and sellotaped one together already here because we've been thinking about that. With the circle in mind and using the circles that we have here behind us, you could use something like a coffee cup that could be hung on, a coffee cup lid that could be hung on the inside. You could hang it from below as well. One way of doing that would be to get a piece of string. One thing I save, and I get into trouble for this for being a little bit of a hoarder, you know the little labels or tags that you get on your clothing that are really, really annoying? I cut them off and I stash them away somewhere. So if you have any bits of clothing at home that might have those tags on, you could use those to turn them to help you with your hanging piece. So we could cut a length. I've got string here just because I have it to hand. I also have some wool that you could potentially use as well. What else could we use? Oh, I've got this tassely stuff which came off of a bag. And also then I have loads of like little bits of scraps of ribbon and stuff here. So there's plenty of things that you can use, but let's do this really quickly. So what we would do is we would give that a little staple. Now my stapler is particularly rubbish. Yep, there we go. That stapler needs to find a new home. So I'm going to use my glue gun here. Glue guns are great. Just mind yourself if you're going to be using it with small people. I'm guaranteed to burn my finger every time. Now this is pretty, I've just naturally gone towards this beautiful neon ribbon. I can't resist it. And then I'm going to just like loosely, well not loosely, but give it a little tie and then maybe leave that bit hanging at the end of it. So once we've got that, we can start to build things up. You could even cut out circles of card onto that and stick it on if you didn't want to see the plastic cup lid. We can also, what we have here is we have this cool plastic tubing, and you could, with the plastic tubing, start wrapping things around and then put one inside the other, inside the other. This is really nice if you were going to do something that's going to hang from the ceiling, because when the wind blows, it twists it round. It's real sensory and kind of gives you a really nice calming feeling when you're watching things blow, like watching it move like a mobile. Also, if you're wrapping stuff around it, like the wool that we have here, this is a really nice Evoca wool. You get a really beautiful rhythm when you're wrapping the bits around. And you could add dangly bits and pieces to that as well. So that's a really quick example of putting bits together. With the card, you could use a stapler or sellotape, and the same with the plastic tubing. I've just used a really simple sellotape there. And starting from a circle, you can actually make loads of things. I've actually made other stuff before from circles. So up above, we have the kind of more like space-themed mobile hanging there, which Aisling on camera is showing us.
Not very well. Yeah, sorry.
And then also we have this, which is just made from literal scraps that I found around the place. And this could be like a springtime wreath or garland that you could hang in your window or on your door. It's made from plastic carrier bags, string, wool, bits of old fabric that I found. And then in the middle I made the birdie there with 2 bits of card slotted together. And then there's a paper straw just holding it out as well. And then in the background we have the, I call this the Earth app, the Earth one of the space themed hanging mobiles. If I try and give it a blow. There we go, we get a bit of movement in it there. I've used elastic to tie the bits together, but you could use string or the bits of your clothing, like I mentioned earlier. Then there is also, if you didn't want to do something with some bits hanging, you could make a spider web, very much like a kind of dream catcher style thing, which is really, really lovely. This is really nice to do, all the family and adults and children, all of you could do this. And then maybe you could do 1 circle each and then bring it together at the end. So you've made a collaborative piece. Okay, I think that's us done for today. Thanks, Emil.